Well, Sam, not the first time we've had this conversation, but again, you must be pleased to be tying down your future with another couple of years at a club I know you enjoy a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely delighted. Like you said, we've had a few chats about this, but I'm really happy to be here again. Especially with the weird season that's been going on, it's really nice to be secure and look forward to when the games really get starting again.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about what will be your sixth contract with us, and in fairness, in the modern day, that's quite rare, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really happen that often. A lot of players chop and change, but it's really nice to like sort of grow with the club, especially from being here from before. I've seen a lot of change, and in the right direction as well.
Let's touch on that kind of before we talk about the very present time, because obviously there's been a lot of change at the club, managers, owners, whatever. And whilst we're in a positive position now where that's concerned, how do you look upon your development as a player since what was 2016, I think?
Yeah, well, it's definitely changed. There's been a few positions in there as well, but I feel like currently I'm at my happiest playing in that different role, more attacking and adding goals to my game. Really puts a smile on my face. So I'd definitely say I've grew throughout it, but I'm really happy where I am at the minute.
And do you think that happiness comes from having explored those other positions as well, in the sense that you can, I guess, be more comfortable in this being your happiest position because you've had a good go everywhere else?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been enjoying playing. So no matter where I was always enjoying it and just wanted to be out on the pitch. But the first two seasons it was a lot of sub appearances, sort of learning the non-league sort of way around the game. And I'm glad I've had that because it's made me the player I am today.
And a lot of that, I guess, was entirely new to you at the time, coming from a big established league club in Burton down to non-league. There was a big adjustment to be made.
Yeah, definitely a lot of learning, and I'm sort of glad that I've had this journey to learn from, and there's been some great managers and players to look up to.
Where are you in terms of your decision making to having stayed here another couple of years? I know obviously the manager in particular is a big part of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think this season with the new owners and the gaffer currently, I think from the results of the games we have played, you can tell that there's a little bit of a new spark there, and the players that have been brought in, it's been brilliant to play with. So I just want to continue that and keep playing.
It does feel, doesn't it, that kind of from the very tail end of last season and into this season, that something different kind of has clicked, hasn't it? You mentioned a spark.
Yeah, definitely, and I think all the players can feel it because, before we had all this bit of stoppages throughout the games, we was really hitting some form, and we're just hoping that everything else continues.
Talk to us about the manager. I know he very firmly believes that you are playing in your best position. Does it help that he as a manager has that belief in you in that position as well?
Absolutely. I mean, to have a bit of backing and a bit of confidence coming from behind, it always helps you, and I think that's definitely been a part to playing well in there.
It's frustrating now where we are at the moment, as we're speaking presently, not entirely sure what the status of this current season will be, but has it just kind of, from your point of view now, been you've got a chance to focus on the long term here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's great to be, settled in, and I know the club well already, so, it makes it that little bit easier, but like with the present now going on, all the lads, we're training as hard as we can, they're all switched on, so we're just ready for that go ahead.
A lot's been said by a lot of people about the work rate and the attitude within the group, but how pleasing is that when you consider that, again, as we're speaking now, we've had something like 4 or 5 postponements in a row for different reasons, and the lads have just kept on grafting throughout, haven't they?
Yeah, it shows what a great group of lads they are. I mean, it's mentally tough, preparing up to a game, doing everything right and then getting let down at the last minute to not be able to play. It's tough to get your head around, but the lads have been brilliant. Every training session's been top quality, and that just shows that we're ready for whenever we get the green light.
Has this season and coinciding with like the form you've shown this season, particularly in front of goal, been strange? And that we joked about it yesterday. You only had the one goal here at Aggborough in front of fans. That must be a really peculiar feeling.
Yeah, I know. I mean, from the goals before, that they were in fans, but there weren't many, and now it's sort of I'm scoring with no one there. So hopefully, the fans can be in as soon as possible, really.
We're hoping, obviously, next season, whenever that will be the time where fans are back in and back in to stay. You must be really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, all of us are. That's why we play football in front of a crowd. The atmosphere changes games, and we've really missed that this season.